Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Barden. The magic of water. Water plays one of the most important parts, not only in daily life, being absolutely indispensable for drinking, preparing food, washing, producing steam in factories, etc., but also in our magic development. The watery element may prove to be a great factor. As we have already stated in the theoretical part, the watery element rules magnetism, or the attractive force. And it is just this property we shall utilize in the development of our faculties. All the books dealing with animal magnetism, emanation of odd, and so on, are acquainted with the fact that water can be magnetized or oddized. But far less it is known how to enlarge this quality or use it in a different way. Not only can water, not only water, but every kind of liquid has the specific property of attracting, and according to the contraction, holding fast, no matter whether good or bad influences be concerned. Therefore, we may consider the watery element, especially the material kind of it, as an accumulator. The colder water is, the greater is its accumulative capacity, with its full specific weight, namely at 39 degrees Fahrenheit in brackets 4 degrees Celsius above zero, it is most responsive. This is not so decisive for the difference of receptivity of water or other liquids up to 43 degrees Fahrenheit in brackets 6 degrees Celsius above zero is so insignificant and so faintly visible that only a thoroughly trained magician can recognize these differences. If by increase of heat water grows lukewarm, its receptivity is rapidly diminishing. Between 97 to 99 degrees Fahrenheit in brackets 36 to 37 degrees Celsius, it becomes neutral to magnetism. Attention! Here, our concern is only with the specific properties of the attractive power and its practical value with respect to magnetism, which results from the interaction of the elements as an undeniable matter of fact. The impregnation through the Akasha principle present in each substance, consequently in physical water too, with a desire can be operated in any object and at any temperature whichsoever. A piece of bread, as well as a hot soup or a cup of coffee or tea, might be loaded or charged magically. But this charge does not depend on the accumulative capacity of the water element, but takes place through the causal principle of the fifth power of the elements, and is brought about by the electromagnetic fluid of the elements concerned. It is important to pay attention to this difference to avoid errors. For instance, it is quite impossible to magnetize a dish of hot soup, because the accumulating power of the water element by the expansion of the heat present in the water is balanced or increased if it rises above 99 degrees Fahrenheit in brackets 37 degrees Celsius. The soup, however, can be impregnated with the corresponding desire. Now let us regard the magic of water from the practical side. Every time you are washing your hands, think intensively that by washing you wipe the dirt off your body, not only but also the uncleanliness of your soul. Think of failure, trouble, dissatisfaction, illness being likewise respectively washed off and turned over to the water. Wash yourself, if possible, under the tap, so that the dirty water can run off immediately, and think at this moment that your weaknesses too are flowing off together with this water. If you have nothing else but a wash bowl at your disposal, do not forget to throw the water you were using away immediately, so that nobody else can contact it afterwards. You can also dip your hands into cold water for a little while and concentrate on the magneto-astral attractive force drawing all weaknesses out of your body and your soul. Be firmly convinced that all failures are passing into the water. You will be surprised at the success of this exercise after a short time. This water also is to be thrown away at once. Extraordinarily effective is this exercise if you can manage it in summer while taking a bath in the river, when the whole body, except for the head of course, is beneath the water. You can do this exercise also the other way around, by magnetizing the water you are willing to use, or by impregnating it with your desire, remaining firmly convinced that through washing the power will pass into your body and the desire be realized. He who has time to spare can combine both exercises by stripping off all evil in one water, say under the tap or in a separate basin, and then washing himself in another basin with the water impregnated, I assume, turning the page, impregnated with his desire. In this case, namely the first exercise, when you are washing off the evil, you have to utilize a soap. Female adepts, besides the two possibilities aforementioned, have a third opportunity. They will concentrate their magnetism on the fact that water makes the face and skin look much younger, more elastic, and thus more attractive. It is therefore advisable not only to wash the face, but dip the whole face into the water for some seconds. This procedure is to be repeated at least 7 times in one turn. A bit of borax may be added to the water for this purpose. There is a further opportunity given to the magician which ought not to be overlooked. I mean the magnetic eye bath. In the morning, the magician dips his face into a water which has been boiled on the previous day, using a half-filled washing basin, and opens his eyes in the water. He rolls the eyes in all directions, repeating the exercise equally 7 times. At first, he will have the sensation of a slight stinging in his eyes, but this will disappear as soon as the eyes get accustomed to the exercise. Anyone suffering from a weak eyesight may add a thin decoction of eyebright euphrasia, Herba euphrasia, to the water. This eye bath makes the eyes resistant against changes of weather and consequently strengthens the visual faculty, makes good the weakness of sight, and the eyes become clear and shining. Do not forget respectively to magnetize the water destined to this purpose and to impregnate it with your concentrated wish. Advanced pupils who are training for clairvoyance are offered the opportunity here of promoting their clairvoyant faculties. That is all for the moment about the material development and training of the body.